Coming up on the next episode. Hi, good morning YouTube. It is Thursday, 11:02 now in the AM. Back with you here again. This is going to be the Friday flap, I've decided. And as you can see on the image on the video, that is looking out my window here at the workshop. And basically the warm sunny weather has left us. We are once again in the clutches of winter. It is in the 20s here right now, I think, maybe 30, I don't know, we might have got that high. But damp, rainy day. I shouldn't say rainy, it is, although I see some dripping over there. I think that's from the ice overnight. We did have a little bit of an ice storm overnight, and I think it's mostly melting, but other than that, it's just a cold, damp day, and I don't really care for cold, damp days. I'm not a cold person. I'm a heat person. I like the heat. So that's that. What I'm going to talk about a little bit here today is signal tracers. You guys know signal tracers. Kind of I won't say my obsession, but at the same time, I do enjoy tinkering with them. I guess is a good word. Bill likes to use that tinkering word, so I'll steal it from him. Again, I say one of the here's one. This is the one that Don made. You remember Don? I don't know if I can get that close. I've got this thing zoomed in. I don't think it's going to focus on it. There it goes a little bit. It takes a little while to get it focused, but there it is. That's the one that Don made. One of the original ones he made. Now he's since made a different design, and I think it's much better. And to that end, I will flash up pictures as needed of things that we are doing. And one of the things is the board for the latest Probe ST. And anybody that doesn't know what Probe ST stands for is Probe Signal Tracer. It's all in one probe, or whatever you want to call it. You may recall that we worked on this. I'm going to zoom that out because it's too hard to focus on that. Unzoom, there we go. Here we go. That's the there's the original one. There's our place for the volume control switch. There's our probe, and there's our cutout for the speaker. And like I say, this is the original one. Now the one I'm going to hold up next is the one we're shooting for now. I'm going to give you a size comparison, because often you can see these things, you can't really tell the difference in them, but you can see the size difference in that. This is a 20 dram pill bottle, the amber one, and the larger one is 30, I do believe. And so there is some difference there in sizes. You can see very, very clearly. And but like I said, this one is what we're going to try to shoot for. Now it's not going to have this exact setup on it because we've since designed something else. That's just a piece of cardboard I cut out to fit the dimensions, so that we could get our dimensions for our board on how it would fit in there and things like that. So that's what we're shooting for right now. Something nearly like that. Here I put the top on it so you can see it with the top. The speaker will be in that end, obviously, but it will be that same 28 millimeter speaker. I don't think they make a 30. I think that would probably take a 30 and it would be alright, but anyway. That's the and if you look at the board, if I haven't flashed that up, I will. The board is actually the length of mostly the length of this. In other words, it will take up the full space instead of that partial space like that cutout. That was just a sample that we were working on, and I haven't actually made one up to full size, but I will and double check it. But I did measure this and everything. So, one of the reasons why we've changed the design and we haven't really abandoned the design of it. Where we changed it at last Sunday, I think it was watching YouTube as usual, and George Christophe popped up on a live feed, and I thought, well, I'll check that out and see what's going on there. And both Bob and I did, as a matter of fact. And after he saw that we were on there, he brought up the subject of signal tracers, most conveniently. So he was talking about one of his other people there that had done some work recently with basically a front end type thing on I guess you would call it a buffer that would allow the probe to touch sensitive areas in the radio that would normally be silenced when they were touched. In other words, anybody that's familiar with RF stuff, you know, if you load down that circuit too much, it's going to, prevent the circuit from working. And so he had turned me on to a guy that had done some work in that area, and I got to looking at his, and sure enough, it did sound pretty good as far as how it picked up. But one of the things I noticed is the clarity or the quality of the signal, or signal, was not as good as the one that Don over at Restorable Radios had done originally. So what we did is, if you looked again, I'll flash that picture of the circuit board up again, and then the schematic. That's basically Don's circuit right there on the picture now, and that's what we decided to go with and see if that's going to work out for us in this configuration of this type of setup. And we are not. We are going to offer this vial as a case for it with the probe, if this works. This is all conditional on whether the thing works or not. But we are going to offer that vial as a case for the probe, but we are also going to encourage people to put the board into their own enclosure and come up with something a little bit more creative than just a pill vial. But like I say, it is what it is. I think we've come a long way, and like I say, Don come up with a good idea on this one, and it is again a good situation here as far as what that is. But at the same time, we went from that down to this, and now finally down to this size. And I think if we can get something this size, that's something that fits in your hand really easy. It can be used, to trace circuits out very easily. You can get to the volume control and stuff like that. So, I'm not saying this is a perfect, way. We've seen some of the ones out there on the market now, and one George had was a very, very nice design and stuff. But at the same time, it costs a little bit more money than ours is going to cost. So what we're shooting for here is basically I won't say a prototype, but basically a working unit that can be used as is. Like I say, we will supply this vial, and they will be just pill vials, used ones, I guess. Because again, these are not meant to be the actual case. What we're hoping is people that will, and this is again optional. I failed to mention that, but if there won't be no cost involved if you want this vial with it. But again, at the same time, we are encouraging people to develop their own more better. More better enclosure or case, whatever you want to call that thing, for that. And that's just one of the things that we're going to be doing. For those who are following the BDST, I do have the boards in now for that. They arrived in the mail yesterday, and they look fine. And I'm not going to show you a picture of them right now because they're over across the room, and I don't want to get up and go get them. But anyway, like I say, that's some of the things we're working on, and also the other thing, you guys may recall me talking about that amp that I mistakenly thought was the BDST boards coming in, but those are in the hands of Bob right now. Bob has built one, and he's having a little problem with it. Everything went fine until he, I think, put the final transistors in it, and I think he's having a little problem with the excessive current. You know, so what we're going to do, or what he's going to do, he's out helping his neighbor right now, but he plans on doing some more work on it this evening or this afternoon, whenever he gets back to it, and hopefully he will be able to resolve that problem, and we can continue development on that. I, at the same time, have I received a package in the mail yesterday from Tata with most of the transistors that are required for that. I think all of them except for the 9012 and 9013, and I've also got those. I got those on eBay. So I do have all the I'll say semiconductors for it, because there was a couple of diode as well that I had to have, and I've got that as well. So I've got that, and out for delivery today is the transformer. I'll flash up a picture of that for the amplifier, and also some volume pots that I had bought for another design we were thinking about, but we probably won't even work on that anymore. But anyway, they're coming in today. And I think there was something else, and now I can't remember what it was, but I think there was 3 things that are out for delivery today. But anyway, those things are coming in, and oh, I know what it was, the DigiKey order. I ordered some things from DigiKey. One of the things being the chips for the BDST. So Bob is sending, along with a couple of the amplifier boards, he is sending me, I think, 11 1N34A diodes to make sure I've got enough for 10 kits here for BDST. And as soon as everything arrives, I will put these together, and we will announce that on our people that have written to me on the emails and expressed the desire in purchasing one of these units, and we will make them available. And I'm kind of looking forward to that, see how that goes. And so that's what's on our little agenda here today. And so that's just some of the things I've been working on. I also want to clean up the only reason I came in here wasn't actually to do this flap, but rather to clean up my bench, because I need to get this cleaned up. I'm just growing tired of coming in here and seeing this, and then I usually just walk out the door, because I don't want to mess with that right now. But one of the things is the weather turning like this. When it turns bad, I'll either like to hang out in here because it's warmer in here than it is in the living room. Just the way I prefer it. But you know, so you know, that's just a couple of the things that is going on here. I think is you know, just wanted to kind of catch you up on what's going on. And I had thought about making a video on Tuesday, and then I just couldn't work up the gumption to do it. And so one of the other things Bob is sending me is another simple AM plus circuit board. I cannot find, I tell you what, I don't know what I do with these things, but Bob sends me things and I sit them on the bench, and I really don't know where they go from there. They go somewhere, but I don't know where. And like I said, I wish I did, but I don't. And they just seem to disappear, and I'm not really happy about that, but what can you do? You know, they have to be here somewhere, but it's just you know, a matter of finding it, I guess. I'm looking at the ICO. I've got to get after I put the filter capacitor all together and got that ready to go, I haven't stuck that in there. That was one of the things I wanted to do, was clean the bench off and try to work on that a little bit, and hopefully get that deal going. Organization, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Best way to get things organized. When I find something on the bench, and let me turn you around here real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, well you can see there, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so this and this is classified as Probe ST. That will go in the Probe ST box. In fact, I'm going to put it in there right now. They are there. Okay, I know where those go. This, I don't know. I don't have a place to put that. You see what I'm saying? Over here, this little thing here is parts for this. I know that goes with that, but I'm going to work on that, so there's no sense in trying to put that somewhere. I have, of course, my tools will go up in the tool on the pegboard. All that is clearable off, or clearable off. You know what I'm talking about. This, I use this. It's a battery, obviously, to power the. I was using that to power the Probe ST when we had the other design, and of course it's not needed right now, but I had it sitting there, and so you know, things like that. I just need a place to put them, to where they're not in my way, and you know, I can use my space better. But there are obvious things on the bench that will go somewhere, and you know, they have obvious places they need to be. But there are other things there that don't have that, and you know, what do you do with those? And I struggled to find out one of those. I was going to show you, but I don't see anything right now. Just like I said, I'm looking. There's BDST parts and where they go. My drill bits, I got two things of those that need to be put up somewhere, and don't really know where to put them because out of the way and yet accessible. I'm thinking about the drawer over here that I've got my tools, some of my tools in now. But just stuff like that is what I usually find a problem with, and a lot of times I'll take things like this here, these connectors here, and I'll take them here and I'll just put them on the other side of the bench. Well, that doesn't really help anything. You know what I'm saying? Give you another example of something that's here that shouldn't be here. This is the adapter, what do you want to call it, for the tripod that I made out of plastic, and it goes with my tripod. Now that's where it should be at, is on my tripod, but it's sitting here on the bench. I got these two speakers here on top of the solder. The solder, I know where it goes, over there by the soldering station. But again, these things that I have sitting out here need to be addressed, and I need a place to put them. You know, where do you put stuff that you don't really know where to put it? And just like, okay, I've got these capacitors here. Now these are capacitors for the ICO. And obviously they're not for this one because I've already done this one, but that's one for the next one. And so preferably they should go in with that, and I really don't even know where that's at. It's probably in the other bedroom, actually. I've got my grommets sitting here. I've got my little electrical connectors sitting here. I don't have a place to put those, and you know, that's part of the problem, is not having, you know, as long as I've got a place to put everything, I don't mind putting them away. And in fact, I really like that idea of putting them away because, you know, I'd rather have them away than having here staring me on the bench. So, you know, that's what I'm up against as far as when I clean. Oh, there's my, well, you can see these over here, these orange and red and yellow screwdrivers. They're the ones I had up there, up on the pegboard. Now I've got the pink ones. But where do I do with them? I've got to find a place for those, because I do want to use those. I just didn't like the way they fit in that holder. So, you know, it's just things like that, and it's me more than anything. But I just have a problem sorting all this stuff out, and I'm doing things as I talk to you, because I see things on the bench here that. Here's a good example. Now I've got a box over there on the things marked cameras. You know, that would go in there obviously, and along with the other cameras and stuff. But for right now, I'm not going to walk up and put that over there because I just lay it off on the side there. but you know, that's my problem. I don't carry through with all my you know, when I do have a place. I'm looking at the old screwdrivers that used to be up there on top of the shelf where the monitor sits, the red and the black ones I had originally on there. They're there, and what am I going to do with those? So, you know, it's just, that's the thing I'm up against, is where to put all this stuff, because I'm just moving it back and forth from one side of the bench to the other. That's not doing any good. And so I really need to take some time out and work on organization a little bit more, I think. And at the same time, I think that, you know, there's just other things to do. I tend to work on things in the living room, and you know, I've got that a mess too as well, but that's another subject, I guess. But anywho, this is what I'm doing, and not doing, I guess, is what I'm saying. But I just, like, there's parts like this that I have other places, and basically I need a place to put those, called unsorted parts, I guess, is what I need. And that way at least they're in the same place. And I do have something like that. I have some parts laying in there that says parts. I don't know if it says unsorted, but they like caps and things that I think they are marked unsorted. But anyway, I just need to get some of this stuff organized and get my life in order to where I can start working on this darn bench again. I miss doing this, and so I want to do it. So I can see by the timer on the camera that I'm up to 2137 now, and I need to start thinking about that 4 gigabyte limit on that. So I'm going to stop this here, I think. I've really covered everything I was going to talk about. Mainly I wanted to go over all the things we're working on, and you know, or have been working on, and show you a little bit of the progress there. And so, like I say, we're going to let you guys go for now. You guys have a pleasant day. I hope it's not rainy and cold where you're at. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.